G'day guys, our Etsy business is no longer a side hustle. It has now meant that my husband has quit his job and he's working from home as well. 3 things that you could be doing today to increase your sales. So the first one is getting more reviews on your shop, so more credibility on Etsy. Did you know that 1 in 5 of our buyers leaves a review? So that is a pretty high percentage. Let me know below what it is for your shop. So what percentage is it for you? For us, it's over 20%, which is just amazing. Now, before someone comments and says, Ali, you can't ask people to leave a review, that's not true. Here in the Etsy handbook, it says that we can ask for reviews. I think it's great customer service to ask how the item arrived, especially if you're doing print on demand. You just want to check in. This is the difference between a big business like Target compared to our Etsy business. That customer service, people feel like they're supporting, you know, the mums and the dads and the entrepreneurs at home who are working these businesses. They're not supporting the big corporations. So absolutely show a human side when you're talking with your customers. Now, like I said, we do print on demand, and when it arrives, you can look in Etsy and you can see what's been delivered. My husband, this is part of his job. He waits 24 hours before sending them a message, and it is a generic message that we have saved, and basically I'll put it on the screen for you. It says that we're new sellers and hope everything turned out great. So that word's really important there, because you don't want to lead them the wrong way. You don't want to say, oh, I hope nothing came broken. You want to sell it positively. Oh, I hope everything showed up great. So already the positivity that's coming across to the buyer, if they're happy, they're going to be even more happy. If they're not happy, hopefully they'll let you know down below. The other thing we ask for is a photo. I do this for myself a little bit so I can check on the designs and see how they're printing. It's kind of a quality check for me. But I tell you what, when you see those photos, like with the groups of teachers or the groups of the bachelorette party, it is just amazing. And people will have a look at them and go, I want that too for my bachelorette party or for my teachers. So the other thing about reviews is we're all going to get a 1-starer. We're all going to get a 2-starer. I don't worry too much about it. Our bestseller has 1 or 2 1-starers, and there is that many 5-starers. You would have to look pretty hard to find that 1-starer of someone who was not happy. So I encourage you, some people are just going to leave reviews. Some people are just natural kind of complainers. And if you're not sure about the buyer, what I do is I use Karen Check. And a friend recently sent me a text saying that this person was complaining. So I went to their site and they were complaining about everything. So I went over to Karen Check, and as you can see here, they just complain. Like, they just naturally will be like, oh, it was great, but, oh, and that's okay. That's just their personality. So don't take that personal for your shop. It's just them. Number 2 you need to be doing right now is researching what is selling now. Now, the best way to do this, and I get so excited when a shop has their sales and what they've sold open. If you're researching on Etsy and you find a niche and you go through the shops and you're like, oh, I like that, I'll go click on it and have a look. If you go to their page, where they've got the sales down that left-hand side, if it's got a black line under it, you can click on it and you can go in and see what they've sold. This is an amazing gift if they do this. A lot of shops do not have this open. I do not have it open on my shop because it is so easy for someone to see how many you've sold of that shirt. So for our bestseller, they would be like, oh, they've sold 5 today. And another way you can check is by just going to most recent on their page, and you can see, but you just can't tell the quantity for that day for that shirt. But if they've got their sales open, you can have a look at it. And it's so important to research. I'm so surprised. I saw a recent one, which was a tumbler. She had sold a heap of this particular design and kept repeating. Whereas I was surprised. It wasn't even the item I was looking for, but she's selling a lot of them. So we really just want to serve the customers on Etsy. And to do that, we need to research and work out what they want so that we can give it to them. And the last one is it is essential to reply to reviews on Etsy. If you're not doing this now, I encourage you to take the time. This is another job that my husband now does, so we are getting through everyone. It just shows you're active in your shop. They can see that there is a person who's responding to people when they leave their 5 stars. And some people are just so kind in what they write about your shop. You want to respond publicly and say thank you. So to do this, this, if you go to your shop and then go down to the reviews, you can see here about replying publicly. Now, the other important thing about this is that it locks in their 5 stars. So if they've given you 5 stars, it's locked in. I have seen sellers quite distressed in Facebook groups because repeat buyers weren't happy with the 3rd order they got, so they went back and they changed their stars for the other orders. So by commenting, if they give you 5 stars, it locks it in and they can't change it. And I'm talking a lot about the customers here, but replying publicly helps the Etsy algorithm because it shows you are active in your shop. And let's be honest, the Etsy algorithm is so important to getting found on Etsy. So gotta do what you gotta do, don't you guys? Thanks for watching. Bye.